men to be interested in this. And that's where our two embassies play a very big role. And I think that it is possible. Recently, it was also said that we should try and trade in national currencies. That is very important. This has been agreed to by both sides during the joint statement of 2018 also, because we are seeing that the unilateralism in the global world, in the global international discourse, directly impacts the trade mechanism. So therefore, it is essential that we create some special purpose vehicles. The good thing is that for the first time, we have seen that the government of India's commitment to Russia. We have also provided a line of credit of over $1 billion in Far East Russia to develop trade and industry and businesses. And I think we must, all the Indians must try and take advantage of this particular mechanisms, the mechanism that is coming. We have large sections. I was recently speaking to some friends from North Caucasus at a webinar. There is tremendous scope for Indian businesses, Indian tourism, Indian ICT, film production to go in there. And I told them that, you have to be competitive, attractive for the Indians to travel. Hence, I will hope that not only that the Russians will take advantage of the Indian enterprise, but India, which has opened up itself tremendously, it's entering into Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is having Make in India, there is more than $2 trillion opportunity. And I would like to invite our Russian friends to look at India afresh and try and do take advantage for mutual benefit. And I will stop here. Once again, I would like to welcome, and I'm personally most grateful to both the ambassadors for taking the time to join us today. Thank you. Spasibo большое.
Спасибо вам.
Thank you, Ambassador Anil Trivanaji. You have, as always, you have brief everything which is touch or untouched between Russia and India. I welcome our ambassador of India in Moscow. He is also joined. We're glad to see you, sir. Now, the floor is for Russian side. The guest of honor is Господин Николай Раседович Кудасов. Господин Пашол, слово для вас.
Спасибо большое. Здравствуйте. Excellencies, distinguished participants, dear friends, my dear friend Ambassador Varma, thank you very much for the invitation. This event is very timely. The fact is that the relations between our two friendly nations are limitless, and they remain trusted, strong, and coherent despite the current global turbulence, while challenges open new opportunities for cooperation. The year 2020 is indeed remarkable. Our strategic partnership crossed the 20th anniversary. Jointly, we participated in many international events dedicated to the 75th anniversary of the end of the Second World War and the establishment of the United Nations. It is a clear reflection that our positions on global affairs are similar or coinciding. We stand for the central role of the United Nations and international law, collective approach to the issues of peace and security, unacceptability of unilateral sanctions and economic pressure, promotion of an inclusive and unified agenda. In this regard, we highly appreciate the visit of Defense Minister, Mr. Rajnath Singh, to Moscow this June to participate in the events dedicated to the victory in the Great Patriotic War, and to lead the Indian Armed Forces contingent for the Red Square Parade. Our countries promote just and equal multipolar world order with greater role of major developing countries and emerging economies in the global governance. That also includes, naturally, the consistent Russian support to the permanent membership of India in the United Nations Security Council. India is joining this body as a non-permanent member in 21-22 will provide new opportunities for international coordination. Together with India and other partners, we successfully promoted multilateral cooperation in the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and BRICS under the Russian chairmanship this year. Within BRICS, we aim to achieve the goal of a constructive polycentrism. In 2020, we managed to successfully implement a broad program crowned with the 12th summit under the motto BRICS Partnership for Global Stability, Shared Security and Innovative Growth. Among major achievements, adoption of the counterterrorism strategy and the economic partnership strategy till 2025, expanded activities by the New Development Bank, implementation of the Energy Research Cooperation Platform, progress in our healthcare partnership with the view to establish an early warning system against epidemics. In the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, we welcome the growing Indian involvement and coordination with the Russian presidency this year and highly appreciate holding of the Heads of Government Council meeting on November 30, 2020. This is a strong contribution to further consolidation of the SCO, which produced substantive declarations and a solid package of result-oriented documents aimed at the regional stability. We believe that the RIC, Russia-India-China format, is very promising, since along with confidence building in the Eurasian space, it is now also targeting practical cooperation. Creating connections between the regional fora and organizations, Eurasian Economic Union, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, ASEAN, etc., would enhance a constructive cooperation in this vast common space and its evolution to the great Eurasian partnership. The coronavirus pandemic did not stop interaction between our leaders, foreign ministers, and senior officials. For example, since March 2020, President Putin and Prime Minister Modi held 4 bilateral telephone conversations and jointly participated in a number of video conferences, including at the BRICS and the SCO summits under the Russian chairmanship, as well as the G20 summit. Positive multilateral dialogue provides for even stronger opportunities for enhanced bilateral interaction and new business opportunities. We are moving towards next high and highest level engagements with even more solid background. As the world continues to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, our countries keep supporting each other. Now, we are moving to joint production of the Sputnik V, first ever anti-COVID-19 vaccine. The Russian Direct Investment Fund, together with Dr. Reddy's laboratories, are engaged in clinical trials of this vaccine in India. Russia registered the second vaccine in October, Epivac Corona, and the third one is coming soon. Our ties became an integral part of development strategies of each other. Russia, as of now, is the only foreign country so deeply involved in the Indian nuclear power sector, contributing to the national energy security. Our flagship project is the Russian-designed Kudankulam nuclear power plant in Tamil Nadu. We intend to share with India our best practices, involving the construction of more nuclear reactors of the Russian design in India and in third countries naturally. Our unparalleled defense cooperation, based on real exchange of modern technologies and joint ventures, helps India to advance local production and expand its military export potential. We are working on co-development and co-production of equipment components and spare parts, improving after-sales service system, and deepening localization programs, in addition to the currently implemented contracts exceeding $16 billion. More developments are expected at the Aero India 2021 exhibition, where Russia intends to be one of the biggest participants. The Indian investors show growing engagement in the Russian Far East. In the Russian Far East, oil and gas, coking coal, diamonds, innovations, infrastructure, and other projects. Together, we work to expand regional connectivity, use of national currencies in international trade, as well as to launch India-Eurasia Economic Union free trade area and reach $30 billion in mutual trade by 2025. More opportunities will be opened with the establishment of the direct Vladivostok-Chennai sea route and enhancing capacity of the North-South International Transport Corridor. At the same time, there are numerous promising dimensions which are going beyond traditional areas of cooperation. In finance, such areas as alternative payment systems, information security, insurance and stock exchange would certainly support expanding economic partnership. There are growing advantages to use national currencies in bilateral trade, which require exploring new mechanisms. We should encourage promotion of our interbanking cooperation. In the current year, one of the Russian leading banks, Sberbank, is expecting to receive the permission to open its second office in India, in Mumbai. Another branch, and another bank, VTB, National Bank, has recently increased its capital to facilitate trade and investment expansion. Since our countries focus more on local industries and development, including in the framework of Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, there are growing prospects for joint ventures, especially with regard to products which are of a great demand. So we should encourage companies to go for joint ventures on complicated equipment for power stations and digital solutions for heavy industries, trains and coaches, railway safety complexes, infrastructure maintenance, sunflower oil and other agriculture technologies, waste and water management, artificial intelligence, shipbuilding, and you name it. Interregional cooperation is gaining momentum as an important source for enriching our bilateral economic ties. We are looking forward to revive such contacts and come back to the initiative of the first Russian-Indian Interregional Forum, which was approved at the highest level not long ago. Hope that the forum would become an annual exercise, helping to capitalize a tremendous economic and tourism potential. It would also be very promising to expand our cooperation in third countries, which is now covering nuclear power and defense industries. So, as we see, there is a huge mutual interest to explore more business opportunities. Let's work together to use ideas which are discussed today to offer them to our leaders and ministers, as well as to all who is interested to do practical job, not waiting for a highest approval, so to say. Thank you very much for the invitation and for your kind attention. All the best to you. Thank you.
Спасибо, Excellency Kudashev. We почти все направления трогали, где могли бы мы общаться с нашими коллегами после выступления наших главных гостей. Спасибо еще раз за ваше теплое выступление. Now we have our ambassador from India to Russia, Honorable Dr. Verma. He is trying his best in this COVID situation, helping all the Indians who are stuck in India and parallelly doing best for the business side, how to move further in the not only from the technological part, also from the other part where Russian investment can be attracted. Your Excellency, floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And good afternoon. Greetings from the Embassy of India in Moscow to my dear friend, Ambassador Anil Trigunait, to my dear friend, Ambassador Kudashev in Delhi. We are very happy to be here amongst friends on this joint Millennial India International Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Agriculture and BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry and seminar conference on business opportunities in the post-COVID situation. First of all, we would like to thank our Russian friends, the Russian government, and the Russian embassy in Delhi for the excellent cooperation that we received in dealing with Indian nationals who were stranded in Russia and in organizing the Vande Bharat flights back to India. And we look forward to, once the pandemic situation stabilizes, to have our Indian nationals and Indian students back in Russia. We are in continuous touch with the Russian authorities, and we will take it forward on that basis. Secondly, we would like to congratulate Russia for the Sputnik vaccine, amongst the first, which has come about after the due regulatory approvals in India. I'm sure the Sputnik vaccine will play a role along with other vaccines that are approved for use in India as an instrument to protect health in the COVID situation. We would like to convey good health and to all our participants in this seminar. The COVID impact, of course, has been also felt on the economy, both in India and in Russia. But the common feature is that both countries have taken measures to limit the economic impact, to improve the possibility of a quick rebound next year. And both India and Russia could look forward to positive economic growth in 2021. Both countries have also taken the opportunity to restructure their economies, to increase of digitalization, increase of localization, especially in the pharma sector, in the health sector. So there are a number of lessons that are learned, and I would request the participants of this seminar to focus a little bit on the lessons learned of the COVID pandemic for mutual benefit. Going forward, I think the prospects for India-Russia economic trade and investment relations are very bright. Ambassador Trigunait mentioned a number of areas where more improvement can take place. Ambassador Kudashev laid out an excellent framework in which dialogue and cooperation is already proceeding. So I will not repeat those points except to mention a few points. Despite the COVID pandemic, the trade between India and Russia between April 2019 and March 2020, bilateral trade increased by 2.65% to about $11 billion. Of course, in the second and third quarter of this year, there's been a slump, that's natural. It has happened everywhere. But I'm sure in the last quarter of this year and the beginning of next year, trade will return back into its original form. But let me tell you 2 or 3 success stories. Electrical machinery and equipment exports from India to Russia increased by about 90% compared to last year. Pharmaceutical products increased by about 20% since last year. It's not a surprise. India is now the pharmacy of the world. Russia also has a very active pharmacy industry, and I think cooperation between the two, including in the vaccine sector, is natural. Of course, there has been a dip in the area of jewelry, gems, and diamonds because of the global market situation. But we are confident that next year, the diamond industry will come back onto its feet and we will move forward. But there are a number of areas where new directions are being set. Reference was made to Prime Minister's visit to Vladivostok in September 2019. We established a very active regional interaction policy, including with the Russian Far East. This includes announcement by the Indian government of a soft loan of $1 billion, which both finance ministries of both countries are in touch. And once the credit line is in place, it will add to the attractiveness of doing business with the Russian Far East. The areas of cooperation are expanding. These include timber, furniture, and we would very much like companies both on the Indian side and on the Russian side to create a supply chain of timber products from Russia, processed timber products from Russia, to be taken forward and creating furniture hubs in India. We'll be very happy to help you in that. Secondly, we're also looking at ceramics cooperation. Third, we're looking at importing long-term supplies of coking coal to India from Russia. We are looking at investments in the gas, oil, and LNG sectors much more than we've done in the past. There are projects with respect to ports, infrastructure. There are projects relating to medical cooperation. The Medanta company is in touch with a number of bodies in the Russian Far East to take forward cooperation in the health sector. We're also looking at greatly expanding our educational cooperation, not just limited to medical students, which is presently the mainstay, but I would very much encourage those participating in the seminar to look at other opportunities. And we will be very happy to establish contacts as we move forward. India is also actively engaging in the Arctic. It's a priority for the Russian government. It's also a priority for India. We have recently established a bilateral dialogue on Arctic issues. With respect to the opportunities in the Russian economy, I would very much welcome Indian participation in the Russian economy here, especially in the ever-expanding pharma sector. There are already very good name for Indian pharma companies, but I would request our Indian partners to look at opportunities for joint ventures for participation with Russian companies to take forward not just for the Russian market, but for the EU market. Textiles, if there are any companies in India wanting to send manpower in the textile business, please be in touch with us. We have got some offers. We will put you in touch with those companies which are looking for Indian manpower. Indian manpower itself is another area of expanding business. While in the COVID situation, several thousand foreign workers left Russia, we had the happy example of more than 2,500 Indian workers joining the Sibur plant in our region. The flow was reverse. We think that this is only the beginning. There is a lot of opportunity in manpower export as well. Now, with regard to agro cooperation, agro industry, there is a lot of potential. We recognize that there are some non-tariff barriers. Both governments are working with each other to see how these non-tariff barriers can be eased. We also would like to look at cooperation in the petrochemical sector. There is already some good examples, but as part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat program in India, we would like our Russian partners to come and see for opportunities for petrochemical joint ventures. India imports more than $10 billion of petrochemicals every year. There is every possibility for Russian and Indian joint ventures to create facilities in India or in Russia for exports to India, and which will be mutually beneficial. Now, of course, there are two corridors that we are looking at. The North-South corridor. We are in touch with the Ministry of Commerce and with the Russian Railways on the Russian side to facilitate the transportation of goods through Iran, through the North-South corridor. And I'll be very happy to offer the embassy as a contact point for our Indian companies to approach us, because we do really want to publicize and create awareness on the new opportunities for transportation to the North-South corridor. Let me tell you that a lot of traffic is already moving. 7,500 tons of traffic has moved last year. So it is not that it is not moving. If there are any difficulties, please get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to help to the extent possible. We're also looking at a bilateral investment treaty between India and Russia. We hope it will move forward and provide the necessary assurance to mutual investment. India has formally begun the formal trade negotiations with the EAEU for a trade agreement between India and EAEU. As many of you are aware, many of the products that India wants to export to Russia are also now presently covered under the EAEU Common Market Agreement. So once we have a trade agreement, we will not only access the Russian market, but also the market of several of our Central Asian friends. And in fact, you will have one single pool for having this. Those who are involved with coffee and tea exports, my only request to you is to look at opportunities for branding of Indian tea. Indian tea has lost its brand over the last 2 years, last 20 years. We need to reinvent the brand, talk about the high quality tea, look at various packaging options, and we would be very happy to help companies in India who are looking to expand their market in Russia. We'll be very happy to do so. Now, there are a lot of opportunities in the high-tech sector, especially artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, quantum communications, crypto technology, blockchain, etc. We have contacts in Russia. Indian companies who are interested, please get in touch with us. Russian partners are looking for opportunities for partnering with India, and this is something that we can take forward. I've already mentioned coking coal, hydrogen cooperation, hydrogen fuel cooperation is another area, deep sea exploration, rare earths, IT, and ceramics. So the area of cooperations are pretty vast. I would say that the opportunities are expanding. Those doing business with Russia will have an opportunity to expand into other areas of the Eurasian partnership. For our Russian partners, please look at India as a friendly, a safe, a very profitable investment destination. It bears mentioning that even during the pandemic time, for the last 1 year, India has received over $50 billion of foreign direct investments. 50 billion. So that is an indication of how attractive the Indian market is. Prime Minister Modi's programs for Atmanirbhar Bharat are not designed to close our doors. It is only designed to increase our internal capacity for engaging more actively with the outside world. India-Russia relations for which we celebrate the 20th anniversary of our special and strategic partnership provides an excellent political framework. Our political relations are excellent, problem-free, and that creates a very good basis for taking forward our economic, trade, and investment opportunities. In the international sphere, India and Russia cooperate at the UN. We look forward to partnership with the UN on the 2 years that India will be on the Security Council. We have already partnered with Russia in the BRICS and SCO summits. We congratulate Russia for its presidency, successful presidency of the BRICS and SCO this year. As India takes forward the presidency of the BRICS next year, we look forward to cooperating with Russia. We are also interested in cooperating with Russia in the Indian Ocean area. We look forward to greater activity of Russia. We want to see Russian partnership in Bangladesh as we take forward our nuclear program. We greatly appreciate Russia's support for our Gaganyaan program. As we speak, there are 4 Indian IAF pilots who are undergoing training in Russia in manned space flight, and we look forward to further expanding our space cooperation with Russia as well. So to our dear friends, both in Russia and in India, all the very best, good health during the COVID times. And we look forward really to expand and deepen our cooperation in the coming year. So on this note, let me also congratulate our Russian friends on the 75th anniversary of the victory in the Second World War, but also convey to both participants very best wishes for every success next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, for your warm wishes and details of opportunity between both the countries. As we have time short, we will go ahead with the next speaker. Our next speaker is Honorable Alexander Leonidovich. Alexander Leonidovich came to India when just when COVID started. He trying his best to increase our mutual connection and opportunity to develop the trade and investment between both the countries. Even in the closed session in the COVID, we have signed an agreement of technology transfer in the field of quantum technology with IIT Council and Rossoft and other institutions from Russia collaboration with. Господин Alexander Leonidovich, слово вам.
Thank you very much, dear Mr. Alok Kumar, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues and friends. The heads of Russian and Indian diplomatic missions have already kindly shared with us comprehensive information about status and perspective of the Russian-Indian relations. I would like to express my gratitude to Millennial India International Chamber of Commerce and BRICS Chamber of Commerce for organizing this event to discuss economic engagement and business opportunities in Russia. According to the Russian Customs Service, the volume of our bilateral trade increased to $11 billion last year. Speaking about the current situation, the coronavirus pandemic has affected dramatically Russian-Indian trade cooperation. As of September this year, it has decreased by 16% as compared to the same period last year and amounted $6.5 billion. At the same time, as you know, the leaders of Russia and India have set an ambitious goal to achieve bilateral trade volume of $30 billion by 2025. To achieve this target, it is necessary to settle some issues. They may be divided into several directions. The first one is to update the legal framework. I'm talking about the agreement of free trade zone between the Republic of India and the Eurasian Economic Union. It is important for our countries to have a full format agreement on trade and goods. The document will make it possible to diversify mutual trade and increase its volumes. It will boost significantly bilateral cooperation in the sectors of agricultural products such as pulses and seafood, sunflower and soybean oil, pork and poultry, and industrial products such as machinery, vehicles, petrochemical products, fertilizers, products from ferrous and non-ferrous metals. We are interested in transparency, simplification of trade procedures, development of competition, as well as the inclusion of elements of e-commerce regulations. The free trade agreement would eliminate tariff barriers, remove quotas and bans, simplify the rules for import licensing and the use of anti-dumping measures. The agreement will also bring sanitary and phytosanitary regulatory measures in line with the WTO rules. In present condition of global economy instability and new realities, the agreement is becoming much more urgent and requires a quick response from both sides. The other important area of our special attention is the implementation of practical measures. I mean, facilitation of settlements in national currencies, optimization of logistics and custom procedures, support of joint projects. All these and other issues are elaborated carefully during annual sessions of Russia-India Intergovernmental Commission on Economic and Technical Cooperation. Proposals of business community are reflected in the meeting's agenda. At present, we are looking forward to hold fully regular session of the Commission as soon as possible. Russian ambassador to India, His Excellency Mr. Nikolai Kudashov, has stressed in his remarks the importance of cooperation between the regions of Russia and India. So, in this context, we pay special attention to this direction as well. Once or twice a week, I hold a video conference with officials and business communities of Russian regions. Just for example, yesterday we discussed cooperation prospects of Stavropolsky region of Russia with India. The majority of issues discussed with the Russian regions are devoted to attracting Indian investors to regional projects. Like in the states of India, Russian regions has established special economic zones. There are 4 types of zones in Russia: industry, technology, logistics, and tourism. Russian government is actively engaged in the investment process as well. For example, there is a mechanism of special investment contract, which is an investment agreement between the Russian government and foreign investor. Under such contract, the investor shall establish or upgrade its production facilities in Russia, and the Russian government shall grant the investor certain benefits. These benefits may include tax incentives and legal framework for the investor for the entire duration of the special investment contract. Another support measure for investors is cooperation with the Russian Direct Investment Fund. The fund makes direct investments in leading and promising Russian companies together with foreign investors. Moreover, Foreign Investment Advisory Council was established as a result of the combined efforts of the Russian government and foreign businesses to improve the investment climate in Russia. Some Indian companies are members of the council. It will take too much time to tell about all the benefits of investments to Russia. But I suppose that the best way is to get experience of Indian business community, which is well represented in Russia. There are Indian pharmaceutical, paint and abrasive plants, diamond processing unit, tea production and packaging facility. Indian business has got coal project and is constructing a plant to produce eco-friendly fuels as well. And this list does not include oil and gas projects. Summing up the above, the trade representation is ready to provide any assistance to Indian business in Russia. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much. Спасибо.
Спасибо, Александр Леонидович, за подробность о возможности и тем направления, где можно еще почувствовать индийский бизнес, где не дошел. С нами сегодня есть несколько регионов. Сейчас слово мы начнем с Астраханской области, так как в Индии к Астраханской области особые отношения. Мы в 17 веку индийский бизнес уже работал с Астраханским регионом. И сейчас особо North-South коридор дает возможность еще развивать это направление. Из Астраханской области у нас сейчас господин Тропецкий Илья из международного отдела.
Добрый день. Прежде всего, позвольте поблагодарить за предоставленную возможность выступить на вебинаре, посвященном возможностям ведения бизнеса между Индией и Россией.
Dear colleagues, first of all, let me thank you for the opportunity to speak at the webinar on the subject of business opportunities between India and Russia.
Астраханская область связывает давние торгово-экономические связи с партнерами из Индии. Начиная с 17 века, как сейчас произнесло уже было, в Астрахани существовала самая крупная колония индийских купцов. У нас до сих пор сохранилось здание индийского торгового подворья.
Astrakhan region has long-standing trade and economic ties with partners from India. Since the 17th century, there has been the largest colony of Indian merchants in Russia, in Astrakhan region. We still have the building of the Indian commercial courtyard.
На современном этапе отношения между Астраханской областью и Индией продолжают активно развиваться. Мы поддерживаем связи со штатом Гуджарат, обмениваемся визитами, участвуем в работе инвестиционного саммита «Энергичный Гуджарат».
At the present stage, relations between Astrakhan region and India continue to develop actively. We keep in touch with the state of Gujarat. We exchange visits and participate in the vibrant Gujarat Global Summit.
Интерес индийской страны представляет в нашем регионе почетный генеральный консул Республики Индия в городе Астрахани господин Кабикеев.
The interests of Indian side are represented in our region by the Honorary Consul General of the Republic of India in Astrakhan, Mr. Kabikeev.
Одним из главных вопросов нашего сотрудничества является развитие международного транспортного коридора Север-Юг.
One of the main issues of our cooperation is the development of the international North-South transport corridor.
Сегодня значение этого маршрута растет благодаря наращиванию товарооборота России и Европы с Индией, а также из-за высокого интереса западноевропейских компаний к направлению по нему грузов в страны Центральной Азии. Об этом говорило заседание рабочей группы по координации и развитию МТК «Север-Юг», прошедшем летом текущего года в онлайн-формате. В заседании участвовали представители 7 стран, в том числе и Индии.
At the moment, the importance of this road, we mean North-South transport corridor, is growing due to the increase in trade turnover between Russia and Europe with India, as well as the high interest of Western European companies in this road to send their goods to the countries of Central Asia. This was discussed at a meeting of the Working Group on Coordination and Development of the International North-South Transport Corridor, which was held this summer in online format. The meeting was attended by representatives of 7 countries, including India.
Отмечу, что за 9 месяцев текущего года порты Астраханской области обработали 2338 тысяч тонн грузов. Рост грузооборота составил более 11%. Основной поток товаров направляется по Каспийскому маршруту МТК «Север-Юг» в Иран.
I'd like to mention that the ports of Astrakhan region handled 2,338,000 tons of cargo in 9 months of the current year. The growth of cargo turnover was about 11%. The main flow of goods is moved to Iran along the Caspian part of the international north-south transport corridor.
Мы понимаем, что имеющийся транспортный потенциал задействован далеко не полностью и предпринимаем шаги по дальнейшему его развитию в Астраханской области. Основное внимание уделяется созданию в регионе портовой особой экономической зоны. Она будет располагаться в том же регионе, где сейчас работает международный порт Аля.
We realize the existing transport potential is not fully used, and we are taking steps to further develop it in Astrakhan region. The main attention is paid to the creation of a special port economic zone in our region. It will be located in the same area where the Ala International Port is currently operating.
На выделенной территории будет создана необходимая для бизнеса инфраструктура, проведены инженерные коммуникации. В 2021-2022 годах на эти цели будет направлено более 2,5 миллиардов рублей.
The special port economic zone will include modern infrastructure for business opportunities and as well as necessary engineering services. In 2021 and 2022, more than 2.5 billion rubles will be allocated for these purposes.
Организациям, представленным в кластере, будут доступны налоговые и таможенные льготы, в том числе процедура свободной таможенной зоны. Резиденты также смогут рассчитывать на консультационную поддержку со стороны управляющей компании при реализации инвестиционных проектов.
The residents of the special zone will have access to tax and customs privileges, including the free customs zone procedure. They will also be able to count on consulating services from the management company in the implementation of investment projects.
Портовая особая экономическая зона позволит полностью обеспечить в первую очередь морские контейнерные перевозки.
The special port economic zone will fully ensure maritime container traffic.
В этой связи хочу подчеркнуть, что на прошлой неделе в Астрахань пришло первое судно, специально подобранное для работы на тестовой контейнерной линии между Астраханью и Ираном, в Каспийском участке МТК «Север-Юг». Через несколько дней из Астрахани в Иран отправится 60 20-футовых контейнеров с различными товарами.
In this regard, I'd like to emphasize that last week, Astrakhan region accepted the first vessel to work on the test container line between Astrakhan and Iran within international north-south transport corridor. In a few days, 60 20-foot containers with various goods will leave from Astrakhan for Iran.
На первом этапе на линии будут работать два судна вместимостью 131 контейнер. Это первый шаг в организации регулярных контейнерных перевозок на Каспии, отсутствие которых сдерживает развитие МТК «Север-Юг».
At the first stage, 2 vessels with a capacity of 131 containers will operate on the line. This is the first step in organizing a regular container traffic in the Caspian Sea, the absence of which is restraining the development of the international north-south transport corridor.
При выходе на проектную мощность с учетом контейнерного терминала в портовой особой экономической зоне грузооборот порта Аля увеличится до 8 миллионов тонн в год. По оценке немецких экспертов, годовой объем грузооборота новой Астраханской портовой зоны к 2050 году достигнет 19 миллионов тонн.
When the container terminal of the special port economic zone achieves its design capacity, the cargo turnover of Ola port will increase to 8 million tons per year. According to German experts, the annual cargo turnover of the new Astrakhan zone will reach 19 million tons by 2050.
Мы приглашаем индийских инвесторов стать участниками развития этого мощного контейнерного хаба. В этой связи намерены предложить бизнесу из Индии принять участие в данном проекте.
We invite Indian investors to participate in the development of this powerful container hub.
Помимо логистической деятельности, на территории портовой зоны можно открыть производственные мощности. Например, те товары, которые поступят сюда из Индии, можно будет здесь же перерабатывать, упаковывать и складировать для дальнейшей реализации.
In addition to logistics activities, production facilities can be opened in the port area. For example, the goods coming here from India can be processed here, packed and stored for future sale.
Как вариант, можно также рассмотреть возможность приобретения индийскими компаниями одного из портов Астраханской области, по примеру участия индийской страны в работе иранского порта Чебахар в Оманском заливе. Это логично с точки зрения участия Индии в деятельности ключевых транспортных узлов МТК «Север-Юг» в Иране и России.
Moreover, we can also consider the possibility of acquiring of the ports of Astrakhan region by Indian companies, following the example of the participation of the Indian side in the work of the Iranian port Chahabar in the Gulf of Oman. This is illogical from the point of view Indian participation in the activities of the key transport hubs within international North-South transport corridor.
Наряду с этим мы заинтересованы в привлечении индийских инвестиций и в другие сферы экономики региона. Мы предлагаем компаниям из Индии войти в особую экономическую зону промышленно-производственного типа «Лотос». В настоящее время ее резидентами являются 15 компаний, в том числе и 5 зарубежных.
Along with this, we are interested in attracting Indian investments in other fields of regional economy. We offer companies from India to enter the special economic zone of industrial production type Lotus. At present, 15 companies are its residents, including 5 foreign ones.
На территории особой экономической зоны действует особый режим осуществления предпринимательской деятельности, который предусматривает определенные преимущества для инвесторов. В частности, резидент освобождается от имущественного, земельного и транспортного налогообложения, получает возможность выкупа земельных участков по льготной цене. Налог на прибыль понижен до 2%. На них не распространяется изменение налогового законодательства, ухудшающее их положение. Действует режим свободной таможенной зоны.
There is a special regime for carrying out business activities, which provides certain advantages for investors on the territory of the special economic zone. In particular, residents are exempt from property, land, and transport taxation. They have the opportunity to purchase land at a reduced price. Income tax was lowered to 2%. There is a free customs zone regime.
В аграрной сфере мы приглашаем индийский бизнес к созданию в Астраханской области собственных или совместных предприятий по производству молока, мяса, птицы и яиц, переработки сельхозпродукции для последующей реализации в России, так и в других странах.
In the agricultural sector, we invite Indian business to create their own or joint ventures in Astrakhan region for the production of milk, poultry, and eggs, the processing of agricultural products for subsequent implementation both in Russia and in other countries.
Индия является признанным мировым лидером в сфере фармацевтики. В связи с этим мы заинтересованы в открытии у нас индийских предприятий по производству лекарственных препаратов. Готовы предложить всю цепочку от выращивания сырья до выпуска конечной продукции. При этом произведенная в Астраханской области продукция может быть ориентирована не только на рынок России, но и на прилегающий к нам большой рынок прикаспийских стран и государств-членов Евразийского экономического союза.
India is a recognized global leader in pharmaceuticals. In this regard, we are interested in opening Indian enterprises for the production of pharmaceuticals in our region. We are ready to offer the entire chain, from the cultivation of raw materials to the release of the final product. At the same time, the products manufactured in Astrakhan region can be oriented not only to the Russian market, but also to the adjacent large market of the Caspian countries and the member states of the Eurasian Economic Union.
В настоящее время наш регион уже представляет для нужд фармацевтической и косметической промышленности Индии неочищенную глицеризиновую кислоту. Ее производит астраханское предприятие, которое заинтересовано в поиске индийских партнеров, готовых приобретать данную продукцию.
By the way, our region already offers crude glycine acids for the needs of the Indian pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries. It's produced by an Astrakhan enterprise which is interested in finding Indian partners willing to purchase these products.
21 декабря текущего года мы ждем в Астрахани делегацию посольства Индии в России во главе с заместителем главы миссии посольства господином Биная Прадханом. В программу визита включены встречи с губернатором Астраханской области, руководством Астраханского порта, представителями Астраханской торгово-промышленной палаты, заинтересованными в сотрудничестве с Индией.
At the present time, we are waiting an official visit of a delegation of the Embassy of India in the Russian Federation, headed by the Deputy Head of Mission of the Embassy, Mr. Binay Pradhan. The visit program includes meetings with the Governor of Astrakhan region, the leadership of Astrakhan Port, and representatives of Astrakhan Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
В завершении хочу еще раз подчеркнуть, что Астраханская область открыта для сотрудничества с партнерами из Индии. Мы готовы рассматривать любые инвестиционные предложения индийской стороны. Благодарю за внимание.
In conclusion, I'd like to emphasize that Astrakhan region is open for cooperation with partners from India, where we are ready to consider any investment proposals from the Indian side. Thank you for your attention.
Спасибо, господин Илья, за подробности о возможности Астраханской области. Я имел честь быть у вас несколько раз. Первый раз наш уважаемый, глубоко уважаемый премьер-министром. И я очень чувствую теплота, которую вы принимаете в Астраханской области. И Каспийский рыбу и икру все мы помним. Спасибо большое. И еще удачи. Спасибо. И поздравляем вас, чтобы North-South коридор у вас начинал работать. Пора нам ближе к Москве, друзья. Сейчас с нами господин Маркин Илья из Рязанской области. Рязанская область – это один из развивающихся регионов недалеко от Москвы. Более подробно господин Анатолий будет нам сказать. Господин Анатолий, слово вам.
Добрый день, уважаемые коллеги. Благодарю вас за возможность принять участие в вебинаре «Экономическое взаимодействие и деловые возможности России после пандемии COVID», посвященному взаимодействию России и Индии.
Господин Анатолий, вы говорите.
В рамках своего выступления расскажу вам о промышленном и инвестиционном потенциале Рязанской области, об экспорте предприятий региона в Индию и перспективах сотрудничества. Рязанская область имеет выгодное географическое положение, расположена в самом центре европейской части России. Население Рязанской области относительно небольшое, чуть больше 1 миллиона человек, однако область, благодаря своему выгодному географическому положению и близости к Москве, имеет около 40 миллионов потребителей в радиусе 500 километров. Через Рязанскую область проходят международные транспортные коридоры запад-восток и север-юг, по которым осуществляется транзит грузов между Азией и Европой. Через область проходят 3 федеральные автомобильные дороги и 4 федеральные железные дороги. В пределах не более 250 километров от Рязани находятся 4 крупных международных аэропорта. Рязанская область является энергоизбыточным регионом. В нашем регионе работают 3 электростанции федерального значения. Ежегодное производство электроэнергии около 10 миллиардов киловатт-час. Избыток при этом составляет более 3 миллиардов киловатт-час. Рязанская область обладает значительным экономическим потенциалом. В структуре ВРП за 2019 год наибольшую долю занимают промышленность и торговля. На долю промышленности приходится 33,9% валового регионального продукта. Наиболее высокие показатели принадлежат обрабатывающим производствам, производству нефтепродуктов, производству пищевых продуктов, а также производству электронных и оптических изделий. В Рязанской области на сегодняшний день наиболее приоритетными направлениями развития являются транспорт и логистика, производство товаров для детей, школы и офиса, производство лекарственных средств, производство мебели и изделий из кожи, производство строительных материалов, производство радиоэлектронных приборов и оптоэлектроника, агропромышленный комплекс, информационные технологии, производство готовых металлических изделий. Стоит также отметить высокий кадровый потенциал региона. В Рязани готовят квалифицированных специалистов в области медицины, радиоэлектронной и нефтегазовой промышленности, сельского хозяйства. На сегодняшний день на территории Рязанской области расположено 14 вузов и 32 колледжа и лицея. На территории нашего региона в настоящее время работают 6 индустриальных промышленных парков и технопарков. Для размещения новых производств в регионе имеется 180 тысяч квадратных метров помещений. Рязанская область обладает высоким экспортным потенциалом. Объемы экспорта увеличиваются и в 2019 году составили 1,3 миллиарда долларов США. Что касается экспорта региона в Индию, то его объемы за последние 3 года колеблются от 3 до 7,5 миллионов долларов США. Наши предприятия экспортируют продукцию более чем в 100 стран мира. Из продовольственных товаров это мука, крупы, молочные продукции, замороженные полуфабрикаты, консервы. Из непродовольственных кровельные материалы и минвата, электрические устройства и многое другое. Основными товарными позициями, экспортируемыми из Рязанской области в Индию в 2018-2020 годах, являются кровельные материалы, кожа, кожевенный полуфабрикат, магнитоуправляемые контакты, лаки и краски. Ряд рязанских компаний заинтересованы в выходе на рынок Индии или уже начали экспортировать в небольших количествах. Это Елатомский приборный завод с магнитотерапевтическими приборами, Государственный Рязанский приборный завод, тонометры для измерения внутриглазного давления, ООО «Эра» оборудование для вентиляционных систем и ООО «Рельеф-центр» канцелярские товары. Индия – вторая по численности населения страна в мире и огромный рынок. Несмотря на географическую удаленность Рязанской области от Индии, очень многие рязанские компании хотят наладить взаимовыгодное сотрудничество. Но многие из них сталкиваются с одними и теми же начальными проблемами. Как установить контакты с лицами, принимающими решения, получить информацию, какие меры государственной поддержки существуют со стороны государства в Индии, понять, какие барьеры существуют на ввоз и вывоз той или иной продукции. И мы готовы развивать это сотрудничество. Так, в рамках форума Дни международного бизнеса в Рязанской области в 2019 году мы с господином Алоком Кумаром, модератором нашего мероприятия, обсудили возможности сотрудничества и заключили соглашение о взаимодействии с торгово-промышленной палатой БРИКС и торгово-промышленной палатой Millennial India International. Надеемся, что заключенные соглашения позволят выстроить более тесный контакт и облегчат процесс поиска партнеров для совместных проектов и организации торговли между Рязанской областью и Индией. И в завершении своего выступления я хотел бы пригласить коллег из Индии на наш ежегодный деловой форум Дни международного бизнеса в Рязанской области, который пройдет в 2021 году 23-24 сентября. Надеюсь, к этому моменту мы сможем найти и сформировать совместные проекты. Спасибо за внимание.
Спасибо большое, господин Анатолий, за подробности сказано о вашем регионе, возможности. Сейчас мы идем ближе к наш теплый Ярославский регион, где мы управляем один большой индустриальный парком и почти 2008 года и удачная инвестиция от нашей группы компаний. Ярославский регион – это более 1000 лет старый город, и там это сердце промышленности, где от энергетики до теплохода все делается. Мои друзья из Ярославского региона будут выступать об их возможности. Это Алексей Травкин. Алексей Травкин, слово для вас.
Добрый день, уважаемые коллеги. Не буду, наверное, подробно погружать вас в цифры. Меня слышно?
Да, мы внимательно слушаем
Отлично.
и на экран презентация.
Более подробно с презентацией вы, конечно, можете ознакомиться по окончании мероприятия. Буду рад ответить на все вопросы. Вкратце отмечу, что, как сказал господин Алок Кумар, в нашем регионе очень хорошо развиты несколько отраслей промышленности. Существует очень мощный фарм-кластер, в котором представлены как российские, так и иностранные компании. И сейчас это направление очень активно развивается. Под это готова абсолютно вся инфраструктура. И самый главный вопрос для фармпроизводителей – кадровый. В нашем регионе есть достаточное количество кадров, есть медицинский университет, который готов персонально под определенные задачи готовить специалистов. Ну, соответственно, это уже достаточно долго у нас работает, поэтому милости просим фармпроизводителей. Но, как сказал господин Алок Кумар, в нашем регионе развиты и серьезные промышленные отрасли, такие как судостроение, энергетическое машиностроение, производство дорожной техники, радиоэлектроника. В связи с этим мы очень заинтересованы не просто продавать свою продукцию в Индию. Наши производители имеют огромнейшее желание создавать совместные предприятия с индийскими партнерами для освоения как российского и индийского рынка, так и для выхода на рынки третьих стран. Более того, в данный момент достаточно глубоко продвинулись в переговорах с одной из крупных индийских компаний по локализации производства кораблей на территории Индии для реализации индийского проекта развития.
9811471314.
Для развития индийского проекта развития водных транспортных магистралей. Соответственно, опыт взаимодействия с индийской стороной у нас есть, и мы хотели бы его дальше расширять. Также хотел бы отметить, как уже говорили вот наши астраханские коллеги, в настоящий момент очень большой интерес вызывают таможенные территории. Что это такое? Это действительно вы можете привозить сырье, можете привозить оборудование на этой территории, перерабатывать это привезенное и дальше реэкспортировать в третьи страны. При этом все это будет сопровождаться льготным налоговым режимом. Это достаточно интересное предложение, хотя бы с той точки зрения, что вокруг у нас есть и европейские потребители, и достаточно большой рынок ЕАЭС. Соответственно, я думаю, что это может быть интересно для индийских партнеров. Понятно, что так на слух, наверное, это мало воспринимается, да и презентации мало помогают. В связи с этим у меня есть предложение. Заинтересованные индийские компании могут обратиться ко мне или через господина Алок Кумара. И я предлагаю в первом квартале следующего года организовать взаимные, как минимум для начала, онлайн-бизнес-миссии полноценные с освещением подробных вопросов, с онлайн-визитами на предприятия и обсуждение, соответственно, в рамках там круглых столов в формате B2B или с представителями правительства, как будет, соответственно, нужно. Господин Кумар, как вы смотрите вот на такое предложение?
Spasiba, my budem попробовать ситуацию, как будет ближайшие в мире.
Нет, я имею в виду, что мы... А
Окей.
когда, естественно, ограничения, связанные с ковидом, будут сняты, естественно, мы тогда обменяемся визитами физически.
Алексей, у нас время истекло. Давайте это поговорим отдельно на офлайн.
Да, я просто прошу обратить внимание на это предложение и будем очень рады ответить на любые вопросы индийских партнеров.
Thank you, my friend. Now, without government support, you can't survive, even if you are an exporter. Now we have our friend Timur Vakilov, who is well known in India for the financing for the Russian exporters and supporting the Indian companies how to make the business happen. Dear Timur, you are welcome now, my friend.
Yes, namaste everyone. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to all you. And it is a big pleasure for me to see very much familiar faces and even from our region. So I don't think I need the presentation, but okay. So then if we go through, so then next slide, please then. I just would like to say about a few words about Russian Export Center. So Russian Export Center is the government structure. So it's a government institute, which was created specially for support export from Russia to any country, so to abroad. So Russian Export Center consists of three major bodies. One is the Export Center itself. XCR is the insurance agency, and the Exim Bank of Russia. So all these structures are especially created to give the support to exporters, and not only to exporters, but to importers as well. So we're working closely with Russian companies, with Indian companies, to make them find each other. So then if Indian company would like to find a supplier of particular goods or particular materials, so we can help. So just give us the note and we will find the relevant supplier. And vice versa, if Russian company would like to find an Indian company here for partnership, so we can do the reverse operation. So, and how it works, it is shown on next slide. So please, next slide. Ankita. Okay, so it will come in any case. So I just would like to underline the following thing, that we are working not only in marketing and relationship operations, but also in financial operations. So financial operations, we support with finance our Russian manufacturers and exporters, and also we can credit the buyer. So all these kind of operations help to, let's say, to build the bridge between Indian mentality and Russian mentality of doing business, because Indian guys usually use the LC or post payment or whatever payment, which is not advance payment. And Russian guys usually would like to have advance payment. And in this case, so we can try to match these kind of mentalities and necessities in the financials. So we have quite successful cases in this year, and I can say that in last year, in 19, we had approximately 150 matches made by us. And this year, we already have 250. And we also supported contracts with finance and with also insurance. So I will come to the conclusion right now. So I just would like to say that, guys, you are not alone. You in this very big sea of business, and with one side Russia. So on these two shores, we're trying and we are building the bridge between two shores, and you can be very. You don't need to be very brave to cross this sea, but so please use the possibilities which can be given by government to you to strengthen your export and import opportunities. Thank you so much. So welcome. I will drop my contacts in the chat, and you can also contact me by email, and that will be great if we can help you to find a mutual counterpart. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vakila, for the brief, what you are doing and what you have achieved. Now, time to know the more opportunity. We have our friend with us, Mr. Maxim. Maxim is from Russian Asian Union of Industries and Entrepreneur. He will brief you a short presentation. He is doing wonderful with all the Russian companies, how to export their goods to China and other countries. Let's have a word with Mr. Maxim.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Sorry, I cannot launch my PPT because I have no admin access. Can you?
We are just giving you the presentation online.
Okay.
It's there.
Okay. So I am vice president of the Russian Asian Union of Industrialists and Entrepreneurs. We are a business association focused on trade, economic, and investment cooperation between Russia and Asian countries. Also, we cooperate with India, and we can see huge potential for Russian-Indian cooperation. Please, next slide. What is Russia today? Our GDP is more than 1.7 billion of USD by nominal GDP, and our PPP GDP is more than 4 billion of USD. This time we have consumer price index about 4.2% per year, and it is much better than 10 years ago when we have inflation more than 10% per year. Average salary in Russia is like a Chinese level nowadays, and after last devaluation of ruble, it provides good opportunity for trade and investment cooperation between our countries. And this year, unfortunately, we will have 4% decrease of GDP, but last year we will have a slight increase of our GDP, and it is also provide some kind of opportunity. Please, next slide. So my topic today is devoted to bilateral trade and bilateral investment cooperation between Russia and India. So what is key opportunities for cooperation in trade? First of all, Russia and India has huge potential for trade turnover increase from current 11 billion of USD to target 30 billion of USD in case of coking coal, in case of resources, in case of oil and refinery, in case of chemical production, in case of timber, pharmaceutical, and another kind of products. So another option is using the potential of Russian marketplaces. This pandemic crisis shows us that internet is a very important channel for promotion of different kind of goods. And Russian marketplace provide this kind of opportunity. If you sell your good in a Russian marketplace, you can give a good result due to enormous growth of this market. The third one is investment in real sector, bilateral, and investment in key technologies. It is also a very prospective area. Please, next slide. So, import to Russia. I start my monologue about it. So, for example, we have two biggest Russian marketplaces, such as Ozone and Wildberries. They takes about 1.52% of Russian GDP right now, and they mostly focus on this kind of production, like as textile, clothing, consumer goods, and techniques. And Russian marketplace is very prospective channel for sales, for Asian business, for Indian business too. What do you need to start sell in this marketplace? First of all, you need to register Russian legal entity, Russian company. Secondly, you need to organize logistic. You need to rent a warehouse. You need to develop your personal account in this platform and start advertising. It is not so obvious for foreign entrepreneurs, and our association, our union, help foreign entrepreneurs to enter into Russian market with Russian marketplaces. Please, please next slide. The another option is retail. I mean, firstly, food retail. For example, such channel like as Magnet, X5, Dixie. The revenue of this three retail chain is about 2-3% of all Russian GDP. It is also a good channel for sales, especially for fruits, for agriculture production, and for food. But it's not so obvious how to enter in this kind of retail. We also help Asian business. We help Chinese business, Indonesian business, Indian business to enter in this kind of retail chain and sign a contract. Nowadays, for most kind of industries, it is a channel without any alternative for sales in a huge volume. Please, next slide. Another option is export export to India. Nowadays, export to India from Russia has good dynamic, but in this year we will have a slight decrease. But in general, we have good dynamics, especially in oils, sunflower oils, for example, in precious metals, in optical instruments, in ferrous and products, and in metals too. We also help to find and check Russian supplier and to make export contract. Also, we cooperate with Russian Export Center too. And we recommend to make business with import from Russia. It is also a good opportunity because nowadays, this year, Russian ruble decreased by 15%, and it provides good opportunity for trading with Russia. Please, next slide. So, investment opportunities to Russia. Nowadays, Russian investment in India is about 18 billion of USD, and Indian investment in Russia is about 9 billion of USD. But investment to Russia is very prospective because why? Russia has strong competitive advantages in case of commodities. I mean, oil, metals, and so on. Nowadays, Bloomberg Commodity Index shows a level of 1999 year. It is one of the lowest point in history. It means that next year we will have strong dynamics in commodities like as oil, coal, metals, and so on. And it is also a good opportunity to make business with Russia, to invest in Russia. Also, Russia provides good kind of government support. My colleague said that it is special investment contract. Also, I would like to introduce to you offset contract. It is special option of Moscow city government. They can guarantee demand for your production if you invest more than 13 million of US dollars in project. Please, next slide. So, investment opportunity in Russia. What we, as a Russian Union of Industrials and Entrepreneurs, can help. First of all, we can help with company registration, with accounting and legal services in Russia, with marketing research, with development of business plans, with finding goals for merger and acquisition deal, with government relations support, with PR support, and with another kind of support for different kind of projects. In general, we recommend, if you would like to invest in Russia, we recommend to have M&A or partnership with a local player, because in many kind of industries, it is necessary to have, first of all, strong brand and strong relations in market. Market expertise is not so simple. You can receive it through 2 years in Russia, but you can start business with local partner. It will help you to save 2 years of business. It is very crucial, I think. The next slide, please. What is FDI strategies to Russia? The first one is contract manufacturing. It means that it is the most simple way. You just give a contract for manufacturing with Russian plant, and Russian plant make it, and after it we sell it in Russian market by themselves. The second one is investment in greenfield and brownfield. It is direct investment. And the third one is M&A. You acquire or have merger with a local player and develop business with team, brand, and another kind of networking of acquiring player. Please, next slide. And another kind of option is investment is in high technologies. As we know, many Russian companies invest in Indian high technologies. For example, AFK Sistema with Asia Venture Capital. As example, Milner. As example, Usmanov company, and so on. But also Russia provide also good opportunities for investment in high tech, because we have opportunities for technology transfer, bilateral, for investment in startups, bilateral, and for M&A in technologies. Nowadays, one of Russian IT company, Ozon, receive a very high valuation through IPO in Nasdaq. It is also good history and good opportunity for invest in Russian IT business with good management. And we also have helped to implement this kind of project. Please, next slide. Thank you for attention. On this slide, you can see my contact. This QR code continues my WhatsApp, direct my WhatsApp. This telephone is my cell phone, and it is also my email. You can send me directly. Thank you for attention. If you have any question, I can answer to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Maxim, for the brief of the India-Russia opportunity on the investment and the opportunity which we can do together. Let's have talk with the pseudo expert, who is traditionally in the field of navigation and a long-term Indian partner in the supply base of the marine. Игорь Юрьевич, слово вам.
Несколько слов о нашем предприятии. Судоэкспорт – это специализированная внешняя торговая компания. Мы входим в Российскую объединенную судостроительную корпорацию. Основа нашего бизнеса в Индии составляет поставки судового оборудования и материалов для сервисного обслуживания судов, эксплуатирующихся в Индии. Значит, мы аккредитованы как поставщик указанного оборудования при Департаменте закупок правительства Республики Индия, а также на ряде индийских верфей, таких как Мазагондок, Качин Шипьярд и других.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, namaste everyone. On behalf of joint stock company Sudo Exports, I would like to welcome all the participants of today's webinar and a few words about our company. Joint stock company Sudo Export is a specialized foreign trade enterprise that deals with export and import of ships, floating crafts, industrial and marine equipment, instruments, spare parts, materials, and everything which is connected with the shipbuilding and pertaining to the shipbuilding industry. Sudo Export is a subsidiary of the Russian United Shipbuilding Corporation, and therefore the basis of our business in India is supply of ship equipment, spare parts to maintain technical readiness and service of Russian-built ships and vessels operating in India. We are accredited as a supplier of such equipment by the Department of Procurement of the Government of the Republic of India, and as well as a number of Indian shipyards such as Mazagondok Shipbuilders Limited, Kachin Shipyard Limited, and others.
Как мы видим наше сотрудничество возможное в постковидное время? Во-первых, это продолжение наших традиционных поставок российского судового оборудования для нужд индийской судостроительной промышленности. Также мы планируем предлагать и судовое оборудование, и материалы, производимые в Индии на российском судостроительном рынке. Интерес, например, предоставляют производимые в Индии по лицензии фирмы Камен судовые двигатели, дальше изделия из медно-никелевого проката, производимого по европейскому стандарту, который мы сегодня закупаем в европейских странах. Но также, в свою очередь, мы могли показывать услуги индийским производителям судового оборудования по адаптации их продукции к требованиям Российского морского регистра.
Now I'd like to tell you how we see the possible cooperation in the post-COVID time. First of all, we are going to keep on our traditional deliveries of Russian ship equipment and materials for the needs of the Indian shipbuilding industry at the request of the Indian contractors and our customers. We also could become a guide for promoting shipbuilding equipment and materials produced in India to the Russian shipbuilding market. For example, such products may be of interest as ship engines, generators of Cummins company produced under license in India, or ship fittings, pipes, and other copper nickel products manufactured according to the European DIN standard. Today, we buy such items from European countries. At the same time, we could render assistance and our help for Indian manufacturers to adapt their proposed shipbuilding products to meet the requirements of the Russian Marine Register of Shipping.
Во-вторых, учитывая тенденции современного развития межгосударственных отношений, это переход от простых торговых операций купли-продажи к различным формам производственной кооперации. В России есть целый ряд конструкторских бюро, которые сегодня входят, судовых конструкторских бюро, которые входят в Объединенную судостроительную корпорацию. С учетом осуществляемой в Индии программы развития внутренних водных путей, мы могли бы предложить строительство на индийских верфях различных речных судов по российским проектам при российском техническом содействии. Интерес могут представлять суда на воздушной подушке, суда из композитных материалов, суда на электродвижение, а также различные суда различного назначения, собираемые на типовой модульной платформе. Также интерес предоставляет совместное строительство судов ледового класса.
And the second point, taking into account the current trends of intergovernmental relations and practice, we see the transformation from simple trade operations of purchase and sale to various forms of industrial cooperation. For example, in Russia, there are world-famous shipbuilding design schools that have sound and extensive experience in designing different types of ships, starting from simple ones and ending from sophisticated vessels. To serve various targets. And a number of such design bureaus are a part of the United Shipbuilding Corporation. Taking into account that the Inland Waterway Development Program in India, we would like to offer construction and delivery of different types of river-going vessels under the Russian project. And with the Russian technical support and assistance, we can construct them at their own premises and at Indian yards as well. We are of the opinion that hovercrafts, composite vessels, electric propulsion vessels, as well as vessels of different types assembled on a standard model platform may be of interest to the Indian side. We have already sent a number of proposals to our partners and hope that we can proceed with this when the pandemic situation will be better and maybe is over already.
Мы присоединяемся к борьбе с вирусом, и чтобы приблизить наступление постковидного времени как можно быстрее, мы тоже хотим предложить заинтересованным индийским предприятиям, разработанную российскими учеными, установку для дезинфекции различных поверхностей. Установка представляет собой компрессор, емкость с дизраствором и распылительное ультразвуковое устройство. Это устройство представляет собой российское ноу-хау. Особенностью его заключается в том, что мы имеем возможность распылять в 7 раз более мелкие частицы, значит, по сравнению, дезинфицирующие вот эти вот частицы, по сравнению с европейскими аналогами. Это существенно увеличивает производительность нашей установки, экономит дизраствор и повышает ее эффективность. Установка может изготавливаться как в стационарном, так и в мобильном варианте. Мы готовы предоставить заинтересованным организациям более подробную информацию для совместного производства.
The third point, as we know, in order to defeat the pandemic and accelerate the onset of the post-COVID time, our countries have agreed to cooperate in production and testing of the Russian Sputnik V vaccine. We also joined the fight against the virus and offer the possible production of the developed by Russian scientists device for disinfection of different surfaces at the interested Indian enterprises. The device consists of a compressor container with a disinfecting solution and an ultrasonic spray. This device, it's a know-how of Russian scientists. The device produces spray particles that are 7 times smaller in size as compared to the European analog. This significantly increases its productivity, penetration ability to different surfaces, and saves the consumption of disinfectant liquid. The device can be produced in 2 options, in portable and stationary versions, and can be used for disinfection of different premises, hospitals, hotel rooms, office rooms, and also moving objects. And we are ready to provide more detailed information to the interested organizations.
Таким образом, мы надеемся в ближайшее время продолжить наше сотрудничество с индийской стороной и развивать ее уже в новых проектах. Благодарю за внимание.
Summing up what has been said, I hope that our cooperation with the Indian side will be continued and further developed in new projects and new directions. Thank you for your attention.
Spasiba, Igor Yurievich. Thank you for the brief of your company and the product, what you are doing with India and what are the opportunity we have. Now, the next speaker is Maria Mikhailovna from BGG Group. Maria, вам слово.
Добрый день. Так, одну секунду, я запущу презентацию. Коллеги, мою презентацию запустят или мне нужно ее запустить?
Вы можете отправить. Can you send the Maria? Yeah.
Так, видно ее?
Да, Мария.
Видно, да? Так, сейчас одну секунду. Так.
Мария, у нас 5 минут. Поэтому будете постараться побыстрее заканчивать. Мария, чем-то помочь вам?
He has to unmute.
Все. Видно презентацию на экране?
Да.
Все, отлично. Благодарю, мистер Лок, за приглашение на конференцию. Очень рада, что мир не стоит на месте, пытается взаимодействовать, и экономика всех стран развивается, несмотря на пандемию и сложности, которые сложились у многих за этот год. Коротко, я постараюсь уложиться в тайминг. Очень рада, что присутствуют представители регионов, с которыми мы работаем. На международном рынке мы с 2014 года. Очень кратко расскажу о нас, почему мы, собственно, присутствуем на этой конференции. Так, мы занимаемся организацией деловых мероприятий, поиском партнера. И если раньше это были офлайн бизнес-миссии, то сейчас это новый формат, это онлайн мероприятия, чтобы развивать экономику разных стран. Это, собственно, наша, наверное, такая глобальная цель – модернизация, развитие экономики. Переводчику слово, да, нужно дать, правильно?
Нет, по экрану они увидят, поэтому не надо ничего, они люди читают.
По-русски, хорошо. Все, поняла. Мы проводим аналитику рынков, помогаем устанавливать международные отношения, заключать соглашения. Как индийским предприятиям помогаем в России, так и нашим предприятиям, конечно, помогаем выходить на рынок Индии. Сотрудничаем с государственными частными компаниями, с ассоциациями, с различными профильными организациями, с торгово-промышленными палатами и с инвестиционными фондами. Также очень тесно взаимодействуем с торговыми представителями разных стран. На сегодняшний день работаем почти с 50 регионами России, то есть по каким-то проектам, и более чем 40 стран мира. Это такие цифры наших итогов. Значит, какой для нас оказался 2020 год, если говорим мы про Индию? До 2020 года, до пандемии, у нас были периодически постоянные поездки в Индию по различным направлениям, по различным отраслям. В октябре был последний выезд, и в марте этого года должна была состояться поездка, которая отменяется сразу, как только ввели ограничения. Далее происходит отмена всех выставок, которые помогали большинству наших предприятий, как такая маркетинговая стратегия выхода на рынок Индии. И что мы сделали? Весной мы провели самостоятельное мероприятие с разными странами и попытались найти этот новый формат, как можно взаимодействовать все-таки в условиях ограничений. После конференции мы получили запросы по Индии, конкретно более 10 компаний. Мы их прорабатывали в период с весны и до осени этого года, даже, получается, до зимы. Какие были запросы, по каким отраслям? Это была химическая продукция, оборудование для добычи ископаемых, потом трубопроводы, IT-сфера, и последние запросы были у нас по ювелирным изделиям. Сегодня прозвучали несколько выступлений от регионов, но не все. Я сейчас перейду к следующему слайду, потом вернусь к предыдущему. Хотелось бы показать все-таки, сколько регионов на сегодняшний день все-таки взаимодействуют с Индией. Конечно, Москва и Санкт-Петербург в лидерах, но у нас есть регионы, есть Краснодарский край, Свердловская область, Пермский край, Тула, Архангельск, Иркутск, Ростов, Оренбург, Бурятия, Новосибирск. Вы видите на экране Башкирию, Волгоград. И какие же цифры, то есть это возможность другим регионам посмотреть все-таки, какие объемы поставок могут быть, в каком процентном соотношении. Это именно экспорт за 2019 год наш из России в Индию по регионам. Вы можете посмотреть, вот кто в лидерской двадцатке, какие регионы идут друг за другом. И если мы возвращаемся к отраслям, сегодня уже вот выступала компания как раз по судам, и мы видим эту статью, она присутствует в экспортном списке, то есть на сегодняшний день товарооборот, точнее по 2019 году товарооборот, вы видите, 11,2, экспорт из России 7,24. И какие позиции все-таки в Индии востребованы из России, что поставляется. То есть это ядерные реакторы, котлы, это минеральное топливо, электрическая машина, машины и оборудование, это суда, лодки. Сегодня был представитель компании. Это продукты неорганической химии, бумага, картон, это пластик. Далее это драгоценные и недрагоценные камни, изделия, из них металлы. Это пищевая отрасль, черные металлы, и есть статья по фотографии, кинематограф, присутствуют коды ТНВ, но сокращенные. Это то, что, несмотря на пандемию, как было востребовано, так и будет востребовано, и постоянно в течение этого года мы получаем запросы, несмотря на то, что нет возможности выехать, очень активно проходят переговоры в онлайн-режиме. И на самом деле для наших компаний это даже такой первый этап, это первая возможность попробовать провести переговоры, по факту не затрачивая никаких даже финансов со стороны компании. То есть вы проводите первоначальные переговоры, и надеемся, что когда откроются границы, все полетим на личные встречи. И мы также, в связи с тем, что мы, помимо аналитики рынков, занимаемся организацией различных выездов и мероприятий, мы уже провели анализ на следующий год, какие выставки отменены, какие нет. В Индии начинаются выставки с января. У нас, конечно, закрыты выезды, но для наших компаний это возможность все-таки участвовать хотя бы в онлайн и хотя бы себя заявить. Причем направления, если вы посмотрите, очень интересные. То есть это и пищевая, это электричество, это по металлу есть, по металлургии есть выставки, по электронике. Далее в феврале, причем в разных городах, и в Мумбаи, и в Дели, есть лабораторное оборудование, есть химическая продукция, строительная отрасль, по водоочистке. Эту презентацию я потом направлю, если кому-то предприятиям нужно будет. С некоторыми этими выставками мы уже на связи, то есть мы понимаем, какой формат взаимодействия с ними может быть. И вот мы приводили, я здесь привела на первые полгода, то есть это до апреля, до мая, здесь последняя выставка апрельская. Это к тому, что Индия открыта, сотрудничество международное открыто, и мы готовы здесь помогать по установлению новых партнерских связей. Если коротко, наверное, все.
Спасибо, Мария,
контакты.
Yeah. Spasiba, Maria, for the small presentation and briefing about what you are doing and what are the opportunity we have together. Now the turn is this Aurica Limited. Miss Novikawa will speak some on their product profile.
Okay, dear all, good day. My name is Alexandra Novikova, and I am a representative of Aurica company. I'm glad to see all of you here and would like to thank you for this opportunity to meet you and to present our company. So can we start the presentation?
1 second, requesting Miss Maria to make us host again, please. Miss Maria?
What do you mean host?
From the participants, I gave you host access. Can you just make us host again so that we're able to share the other presentations?
Maria, ani dают право вам, чтобы вы пока были оператором, вы сам могли показать презентацию.
Okay. So there is a restriction, and for now I can't show it.
Just click on Ankita Sachdev and make host. That option will come. Thank you, got it. Thank you so much.
Dear friends, we have 5 minutes for each presentation, so be quick.
Я нажимаю, okay, I pushed the screen demonstration, but there is a forbidden message that I can't do it.
Can anyone help?
I have sent the presentation to...
Yeah, why not you, Ankita, why not you show this presentation in your screen?
Yes, we are sharing it, so one moment.
Okay.
Дорогие друзья, немножко технические наладки. Мы сейчас начнем презентировать.
Okay, great. As I told you, I present Aurica company, and the company is situated in Tula region. It's about 200 kilometers from Moscow, and Tula region is famous for its production plants, and Aurica company isn't an exception. The company is one of the leading hearing aids manufacturers in the Russian Federation. It exists on the market for 17 years, and it was established in 2007. And for the last year, we produced more than 2 million hearing aids. Today, the company has 50 retail centers on the territory of Russia and Kazakhstan, and more than 750 wholesale partners in the Russian Federation and abroad. The company has started the export 5 years ago, and today we export in more than 40 countries. We also take part in tenders both in the Russian Federation and abroad. And it should be pointed that this year we moved into a new modern building that allowed us to enlarge the production capacities. These changes give us the opportunity to significantly increase the number of hearing aids manufactured, and it's also helped us to provide the region with new working places. And in addition, so next year we plan to finish one more building that also bring many advantages, and it will allow us to develop further, and it also will allow us to increase production volumes. Please, next slide. Our main product is hearing aids that can meet any need of a person with hearing loss. We produce hearing aids practically of all types that also give us the opportunity to meet all international requirements and enter markets of many countries. Availability of international conformity certificates such as CE certificate and ISO certificate also help us in this question. Please, next slide. In addition to hearing aids, we produce rehabilitation equipment for people with hearing loss. These are light, vibration, and induction loop systems. Both systems help people with hearing aids to feel safe both at home and outside. And I also would like to say that our company annually take part in international exhibitions and congresses dedicated to hearing aids and medical devices. Talking about India market, I would like to tell you that we participated in Ishakon Congress that took place in Bangalore in 2019. Please, next slide. And in conclusion, I would like, once again, next slide. And in conclusion, I would like to tell you that high quality, durability, and uniqueness of Aurica hearing aids gave us the opportunity to found partners in many foreign countries. Today, we continue to expand our business, and we are aiming to enter the Indian market and establish co-production with Indian partners. We have studied the Indian market and can see that there exists a big governmental support to the local manufacturing companies. We also know that there are hold many tenders for hearing aids, and that's why we see a big potential for Russian-Indian cooperation, and we're sure that the opening of mutual co-production will allow us to meet governmental requests for hearing aids. We really hope to start a long-term beneficial cooperation with India that will be fruitful for both sides. And I think that it was the main information in short, and I will be glad to answer all your questions, and I also have sent my contact details in the chat, and please contact me if it will be interesting for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra, for briefing your company. Now the turn goes to the Indian side. We have veteran of Russian-Indian business, Sri Anil Kejriwal ji. His group is working for the last 40 years in the Russia. He has one of the major investor in the chemical and IT field, and he is a serial entrepreneur and have multi companies worldwide. Now, Anil sir, please brief your feeling about Russia-India business and what the new venture you are doing.
Hello. I won't take too much of time because I think it'll be much better if I'm brief and people can read about it on websites. I started my business in after graduating from IIT as a engineer in 1980s, early 80s, when there was a Cold War time and the technology transfer from Western world was not allowed into Eastern Bloc. So Russians asked me to support them in bringing in personal computers so that the younger generation of the Russian population could be skilled with the at par with all the world to develop software. So I was the primary shipper of personal computers from Singapore to Russia and helped millions and millions of Russian young kids who became software experts. I would say I would into helping Russia become a soft power after India. So Russian technology has always been very good, but only problem is they don't know how to package it. One of the countries which gained a lot from taking Russian technology and packaging it well and taking to the world. Initial all technology of China came from Russia during Cold War. The Americans and the Europeans won't touch them. And they started the business building by the Russian technology. If you look at their defense and machinery and steel and metals, everything came from Russia. Now, I have come back on a reverse technology. I've started a new field in the pharmaceutical industry. We're trying to save people from COVID. Now, we have developed a molecular iodine-based technology, which is founded by the father of iodine in the world, Dr. Jack Kessler. So we have started production of molecular iodine-based medication for 100% protection of people against COVID. Before vaccine comes in, we are a lot cheaper solution. We are for the poor, and we can give any quantity right now. So vaccine might take a long time. Affordability might be an issue. Availability might be an issue, but we are already here with I2 Cure. I2 Cure has to be applied just once a day. It protects you throughout the day. And all our customers have been proven 100% safe. We have known in offices where whole office got COVID except the guy who was using I2 Cure. We can show you hundreds of examples. And we want to cooperate with Russia in saving the Russian population from current crisis and make them free. So please let me know, and if you need any further clarification, suggestion. This project is on the slogan of Mr. Modi, Make in India for the world, and we are doing it. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil sir. Now the next speaker is from the Ayush group of companies, Dr. Jitendra Shodhi.
Hello, very good evening, everyone. This is Jitendra Sodhi. Namaskar, good evening, and greetings from Ayush group of companies to all the dignitaries, speakers, participants, and Russian friends. I'm here from a group which is basically in Ayurveda field, and we are the people basically who's providing solutions for through the natural way. We have post-COVID and with COVID right now, we have a product which is selling in international market, the Flucommune, along with we have a hand sanitizer, which is working wonders. But I'll brief you a little bit like Russia and India. We are basically finding that there's a big scope of Ayurvedic products, but what would it happen? There is a lot of constraint in Russian market for our kind of Ayurvedic Indian system of medicines, and due to that reasons, this industry couldn't flourish that much. But right now, there's around $1,200 million company in Russia. Sorry, not 1,200 millions business of Ayurvedic medicines over there. But for due to the lack of, there is some constraints in accreditation by the government. This industry could not flourish over there. But in COVID, you have seen that in COVID, Ayurveda has done a great job in India by treating people with the natural way, with the immunity enhancers and the Ayurvedic therapies. And I think the prevention can be done on COVID. Coronavirus by Ayurvedic medicines, and where their Ayush group of companies offering beautiful products like Flucommune, and then hand sanitizer, Hygivo, which gives a very good protection and prevention from the coronavirus. These Ayurvedic products in the Indian system of medicines are available over 5,000 years when there is no vitamins and minerals were available, and they established themselves as one of the beautiful, healthy living for people. And I'm little hesitant to say, but I should say like Indian people and rest of the world is enjoying the benefit of Ayurvedic medicines, whereas the Russian friends are not able to because there is some constraint by the government. And I think if they allow the Indian practitioners to come and practice over there and license with Ayurvedic products and selling, then the scope will rise over there. There is a Ayush group of companies in a state-of-art company in northern part of India. From Delhi, it is almost 500 kilometers in the Himalayan range, and we have our 5 manufacturing units which are basically offering the state-of-art facilities solution under one roof we are manufacturing herbal extracts with the most human-friendly organic ethanol, so that it's the most bioavailable for the body. At the same time, we have a big range of herbal extracts, and we have a big range of Ayurvedic medicines, like I was talking about Flucommune, Amla Prash, Ashwagandha DS double strength, Gaduchi for coronavirus, and several other products like cardiac support, muscular skeleton support, digestive support, liver support, aphrodisiacs. Then we have a female health, kidney health, liver health, respiratory health, sugar metabolism, fat metabolism, nervous system support, and immunomodulators we have, and then we have a skincare products also. But not limited to this. Our companies GMP, ISO certified, HACCP certified, and then kosher, USDA, NOP, and POP certifications are with the credit to our company. At the same time, like United Nations and WHO has asked the world to have this pathy to come to their countries. I request that the Russia should be more liberal, as we have our very good relations in our friendship is known to the rest of the world. This part of the world, this part of the pathy is not being still, a part of that country in a full-fledged. I expect maybe somebody can take care of this and go from there. Meanwhile, I'd just like to say we are looking forward the distributors in Russia continent. We are in few CIS countries, but in Russia we are looking forward for distributors or partners over there who can work on all the solutions under one roof. That we can provide the herbal extracts, we can provide the products, we can provide them a treatment system available over there through our doctors and teams and scientists who are working under us. We have state-of-art facility with the latest laboratories available in our manufacturing facilities. At the same time, I like to say there is a big chance due to COVID that people have learned that the prevention is the best thing, and Ayurveda is offering the complete solution to prevent people to getting into getting this pandemic. Thank you, Misha, and thank you for everybody for giving me the chance to with the rest of the people here. You can contact me at jsod@ayushubs.com. I've left the message in the chat. At the same time, you can see our website, www.ayushubs.com. And we are basically over 30 years in the industry now, serving almost like 40 countries like the US, Europe, and few Asian countries, few CIS countries, but like to enter in Russia country and look forward to the partners over there. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Sodhi. Each COVID is here or each pandemic is not here, we still economy the energy we need to be.
That's right.
The need of the time. Now the next speaker is Energy Efficiency Service Limited. This is the Government of India company, Ministry of Power. Mr. Chaudhary, the floor is yours. You are muted. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Alokji. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And good afternoon, everyone. It's now getting to evening, basically. And I hope everyone is keeping fine as we are getting used to this difficult time. And at the outset, I would like to thank Embassy of Russia, Embassy of India, BRICS Chambers of Commerce of Industry, MISIA, for this app webinar at this need of hour. Various kinds of technology and products have been presented just now. I was just listening to all of them. I would like to tell, and these are very interesting, and and now I will tell you how to make it more efficient without any upfront investment. Since time is very short, I am doing away with PowerPoint presentation. Just to set the context, I will just like to tell you that we are currently in midst of an unprecedented health, social, and economic crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic has spread across globally, leaving significant disturbance in its wake. So globally, the various governments are looking at very immediate future. That is how to create jobs, boost economies, and all that. Clean energy can be very well be part of this imperative, as investment in all fields of clean energy can deliver great opportunities to increase employment and economic activity. Additionally, energy efficiency offers a win-win proposition with labor-intensive projects that start quickly and are rooted in local supply chains, such as construction and manufacturing. They can support existing workforces and create new jobs. Energy efficiency brings other major benefits. It improves the economic competitiveness of the countries and business, makes energy more affordable for consumers, and of course, reduces greenhouse gas emissions. So all round of development is there and sustainable development. Wheat Energy Services Limited, one of the largest super energy service company in the world, are driving energy efficiency solution in India and globally. EESL has been founded in 2009 under Government of India initiative for National Mission on Enhanced Efficiency. We not only provide energy efficiency solutions, but also bring in upfront investment in implementing the same. We get paid by monetized energy savings achieved through our interventions. At these challenging times of COVID-19, our business principle is ready to serve industries, commercial establishment, and municipal bodies across the globe to make them energy efficient without any investment. In fact, industry has to pay our investment, our PNC costs, financing costs, and quarterly installment till payback period. We call it pay as you save model, PAYS, PAYS model. Before moving to our well-established model of services, I would like to tell some captivating figures. Estimated energy savings from ESL's interventions till now has been 54 billion kilowatt hour per year, with the avoided peak demand of 11,000 megawatt. And in parallel, we have made world cleaner by reducing carbon footprint of order of 44 million tons CO2 per year. And of course, it brought in the energy savings of rupees 20,000 crores, around 28 million US dollars. So that kind of magnitude of savings have been done. It is being done per year on varied basis, and we have avoided the peak demand capacity also. So that 11,000 megawatt of capacity of power plant also we have avoided. So this kind of impact we are giving to our nation and entire globe. The money saved, or we can call it the money earned, may be utilized by industry or government to ramp up various other initiatives required in these tough times. Here I would like to add that though through demand aggregation model in our piloted new technology, we transform the market and bring down its cost drastically. This gives another dimension to our energy saving payback period reduction. Through our interventions, LED bulb street lights are being manufactured in India and already in 1/5 of the cost which was in the last 5 years. This cost reductions we are accomplishing with all the technologies which we start implementing. So that is what is our business model. In line with this guiding principle, ESL is constantly looking for new technologies in our endeavor to become a global market leader in implementing innovative business models to promote the widespread and profitable adoption of energy service efficiency solutions. This is where any Russian industry may come forward to collaborate with us for new technological interventions. We are open to MOUs with any industry, either for implementation or for innovative pilot projects. This is what Russian ambassador was also indicating, to share best practices, and the same has been emphasized by our Indian ambassador also, as JV for bilateral trade as well, for bilateral trade and as well as for the EU market also. He was emphasizing. So here I would like to inform that we have acquisition of Edina UK Limited by EESL's UK subsidiary Energy Pro Assets Limited. We have termed it EPOL, the company name. The acquisition has enabled us to harness the potential of UK's £6 billion and energy efficiency market using the energy efficiency contract model for tri-generation and combined heat and power technology. So that we are already doing in the UK market. And we may very well replicate the same in Russian Federation also. The company has established a distinguishing competency and market leadership in UK and Ireland. EPAL's recent partnership with leading Canada-based battery storage solutions provider Lake Lanshake can empower the EESL EPAL Edina venture to offer international markets with increasingly flexible systems that can operate in island mode. This is I am telling to convey our outlook. We are open to any such win-win collaborations. Our efficient and smart lighting initiatives have been recognized worldwide. In our quest of efficient lighting solutions, the National Energy Service Company of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia collaborated with ESL to replicate India's successful domestic and street lighting program. We are aiming to replicate this model of installing and maintaining lights. We not only install the light, we maintain the lights in all energy conscious countries. EESL has partnered with Thai Hotel and Hospitality Management Association with an objective to replace typical appliances like lighting, ceiling fans, room air conditioners, etc. in hotel, which comprises about 70 to 80% of hotels' total energy consumption, with affordable, energy efficient appliances with extended product features. The product which we give have got the extended product features. ESL is providing 100% upfront investment for the program, procuring appliances that comply with international standards and regulatory requirements of the government of Thailand. To implement energy efficiency and undertake renewable energy program in United Arab Emirates, Middle East and Africa, Energy Efficiency Service Limited has formed a joint venture, Energy Efficiency Services LLC, with Hansa Energy Solutions, a government of Dubai accredited ESCO. This collaboration is the key first step to tap immense potential for energy efficiency in Middle East. The JV's scope of work is deployment of LED street lights, building retrofits, commercial building or industrial tri-generation and solar programs. So we conduct investment grade energy audits and also identify quick wins, medium term and long term energy efficiency interventions. Our other proven energy efficiency programs are motor replacement program, super efficient ACs, energy efficient pumps, agriculture demand side management, discom demand side management, e-mobility, electric vehicle charging stations, smart metering programs, to name a few. Our robust business model for promoting adoption of a wide variety of energy efficient technologies has proven to be successful not just in India but also across the globe. Combining this capability with our increasingly diversified service portfolio, ESL strongly believes that we are strong enough position today to transform the market for energy efficiency and create conditions that would enable energy efficiency technology to thrive in India and in international markets. ESL, as the largest service company of the world, have confidence of Government of India because of its proven credentials and track record. Looking forward to cleaner energy efficient and sustainable world. Thanks a lot for patient hearing. Thanks one and all.
Thanks, Anil, for briefing about the ESL, and hopefully our Russian partner will also interested on this. Please share your presentation in the chat group so that other people can see and read about it. Dear friends, as we understand that business is like water, we'll always find an opportunity to enter and fill the correct cavities. Now the time is running fast. Now we have our honorable General Secretary from BRICS Chamber of Commerce, who is veteran of Russian-Indian business. He traveled a lot to Russia and know a deep old relation between India and Russia. Dr. Madhukar, now floor is yours. Your mic is off.
It's okay now? It's okay. So, dear friends, I'm very, very delighted today because despite my number of visits to Russia, I had not discovered so many other strengths of Russia which have come up now. And I was so very happy that, the Honorable Ambassador, India's Ambassador to Russia, has taken so many initiatives, and the support has come from the Russian government through its ambassador, Господин Kudasev, and the Trade Commissioner. They have been taking great interest in enlarging the scope of activity and business activity between the two countries. And having gone through all the presentations today, what I have observed is that there are many, many areas which need to be explored further, and we should have very special emphasis on developing all the ideas and projects which have been indicated by various speakers. Time has come now that we increase our understanding with Russia in a more deeper manner by increasing our business potential, business possibilities, by also taking interest in investing in Russia. So far, what we have been doing is that Russian companies have been investing in Russia, in India, more and more often than we have been investing in Russia. But there are opportunities of all kinds. Now they are opening up. Even the opportunity like, we can find a route through Iran, through other ways to reach the Central Asia. All these things, possibilities have been announced now, which are really making me so happy and glad that we will be able to do much better business. And Russia is our so dependable partner and a friend, true friend, that we must do everything possible under the sun to increase the relationship further. I'm glad that the BRICS Chamber of Commerce has taken this initiative, and Mr. Alok Kumar has in particular given all his time and attention to doing this work. I was also impressed with the presentation given by Mr. Anil Agarwal, who has presented something for the poor masses, by developing a product which could be a substitute for the what you call the vaccine, which is being so much awaited. So this is a temporary measure, but at the same time, it gives us protection. It gives protection from the onslaught of virus. Therefore, I'm so much thankful to him and to all other speakers who have said so many good things about business, doing business with each other. Thanks a lot, and I would only say that let friendship grow further and let business grow further. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you to all our speakers. A special thanks to the Russian and Indian friends, Ambassador Anil Trigunath, Dr. Madhukar, and all the teams. Yes, it's time to convert challenge into opportunity, embrace new beginning with confidence. Thank you, friends. If anyone wants or have some question, yeah, Gaurav, anyone want to have some question
if
or
anybody
something?
want to ask some question, they can just send the message in the chat box, or they can ask now also. There are so many participants as well as speakers available like now. So you can just ask if you want. Mr. Chetan? Chetan?
Yes, hi. Myself Chetan. I am from SEPL Group, which is a unit of Superb Enterprises Private Limited. We are very much closely working with Misia Group of Chamber, and this is the first time I am there representing from our company into Russian Federation, and nice to hear so much from all the honorable delegates, ambassadors, and all my Indian export partners who are so much aggressively working on this platform. We are also looking forward to have a venture with the Russian government where we can represent our upcoming export brands, what we are working on. Currently, we are still working on, so we are not disclosing as of now. But yes, we are very ahead into our other travel business, which includes attestation, legal attestation of all commercial and non-commercial and financial documents, which goes from India to Russia and other European continents. I do not have any questions as of now, but I have noted all the respective email IDs of the partners from Russia, and definitely I'll put my notes to you all. And I hope we will going to get a continuous support from your side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Mr. Alok, can I have one question with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, as Mr. Sodhi was saying, like he's searching like a good distributor, and they want to register their product in Russia also. So is there somebody within this webinar who can help them for getting registration?
Yeah, why not, Gaurav? We will discuss this separately in the offline mode because we are running out of the time and there might be some questions from the media side.
Okay.
If not, then we are closing the event. Yeah, Ankita?
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Sushma this side. I was invited by His Excellency Mr. Alan Trigunana. This is with regards to who is the person, one point contact in India to connect for different industries, because I am well connected with different industries and people would want to invest abroad as well. So who is the one point contact for all?
As a chamber, you can contact us.
Okay.
So we can connect you with the department or the trade like you want, like in any country.
Okay.
And every 15 days we do webinar with different countries, like as you have seen today.
Okay.
So we will call you in every webinar, and you can have your product and other things over the presentation, and you can expand your businesses also.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I thank you once again, Dr. Madhukar and Ambassador Anil, and all the speakers and participants. We are now closing this event. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for joining.
До свидания.
Thank you for joining. Спасибо большое всех.
До свидания.